Assalamualaikum and hi to our lecturer, Sir Nur Rizwan and all friends. Today, we will give a presentation on unethical issues in the Apple company. Without wasting time, I introduce my group members Muhammad Nuwafri and Arif Shazwan to do a joint presentation. So, I will hand over to Muhammad Nuwafri to start this presentation.
So hi, my name is Muhammad Nuwafri bin Raizi. Today we are going to talk about the unethical problem that we found on Apple and how we solve the problem and how we prevent it from recurring. Start from their background of Apple. Apple is an American company that makes and sells computer hardware, computer software, personal computers and portable devices all over the world. Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak and Ronald Wayne started Apple in 1976 and the company became official in 1977. Apple history goes back more than 30 years and during this time, the company financial performance has gone up and down. After 2007, when the iPhone, the iPod Touch and the iPad came out, Apple finally had a lot of success. It's traded on the Nasdaq under the ticker AAPL.
Unethical problem of Apple. First, child labor. Apple has finally told the truth and admit that its biggest manufacturing partner is using school kids for up to 11 hours a day to make their very expensive iPhone X. At first, the children said that they were not getting paid and that their parents were not giving them health insurance. Next, the unethical problem of Apple is the violation of the rights and laws of their employees. This is shown by the long hours its workers have to work. For example, audits done in the company show that some employees work more than 6 days a week and more than 60 hours a week. The business also hires kids younger than 15 and puts false information in their files. The employees are paid less than they should be for how long they work, which is wrong because it violates their rights.
According to Apple, 350 of their employees have been trained on process safety topics and sent to suppliers' factories since 2011 to improve workplace safety. Since 2011, they have been training employees to make sure their safety and the safety of the environment. They have also tried to stop their suppliers' factories from having too much overtime by keeping track of how many hours workers are putting in. Also, get rid of child labor in the factories of suppliers and in the consumer electronics industry as a whole. All of these are ways Apple tried to make sure workers were safe and stop using children as laborers. So, Apple's managers should now set up more programs and ways to make sure that child labor is not happening. Secondly, Apple might improve working conditions. Overly long work hours are a problem. The FLA says that from March to October, more than half of the 170,000 workers at Foxconn factories work more than China's legal limit of 36 overtime hours per month. During the review period, workers at Foxconn factories in Longhua and Chengdu were never allowed to work more than 60 hours per week. That met the standards of the labor group, but it was more than China's legal limit of 49 hours per week. Apple said it has to cut down on excessive overtime at Foxconn and the other suppliers, reducing the average work week to 53 hours, which is well below industry standards.
Next, we jump into the ways to prevent from child labor. They have two options I will present, which is ban underage worker and give a full support. So, first is ban underage worker. Child labor practice should be banned across countries around the world as it is a global concern. Apple's company have child labor in its supply chain. However, more recently they are working on permanently banning this inhuman practice from their business. Next is give a full support. On the other hand, we need meaningful support for communities including families, local leaders and business, as they all play a crucial role in preventing child labour. This generation school closure have caused the biggest education crisis in history. The ripple effect can be long-lasting, thus education must be at the center of global recovery effort. Local communities can assist identified most at-risk children and families, but government must prioritize this and invest in child-focused initiatives to safeguard them. Next, we jump into the ways to prevent from violation the rights and law of their employees. They also have two options I will present, which is monitoring and make technical cooperation, and the second one is educate the management team. So, first one is monitoring and make technical cooperation. So, first we need to monitoring the impartial gathering of verifiable information to assess the situation on the ground, ascertain whether the minimum standards are being met or measure make progress in realizing human rights for all and designing solutions to address the issues and concern identified through human rights monitoring, and put in place measures to ensure that human rights are respected, protected and fulfilled. Next, we need to educate team management. Stress the importance of following state and federal law related to employee rights. This includes providing necessary training and guidance for those uncomfortable with any of the law and regulation. Appoint a contact person within your organization to handle and field questions and concern related to employee right issue. So that's all from us. Thank you.